That's right. It's time for Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. And today I'm joined by Detroit Tigers pitcher David McKay. How's it going, David?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. How excited are you to be back in the D?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I was home and it was nice at first to get a little break, but I mean, just it's always good to be back at the ballpark.
No kidding. Okay, something a little different this year. You guys are doing summer camp after spring training got cut short. How does camp differ at Comerica Park than Lakeland?
Um, well, first of all, you're not on a backfield with a couple metal bleachers. You're in the stadium with 40, 50,000 seats. They're empty, but it's just having that atmosphere starts to feel a little more game-like.
So, what are some takeaways you have from camp so far?
It's going good. Everybody's kind of staggered right now. We haven't done too much all together. We started inter squads. Everybody looks like they stayed in shape and they're staying ready and they're ready to get this thing going.
All right, now let's start from the beginning. How did you get into baseball? Did you always want to be a pro baseball player?
Yeah, I think I was playing in the backyard since I was one or two, and then I kind of just stuck with it growing up, and I fell in love with it, and here I am.
Yeah, here you are. And you were selected by the Kansas City Royals in the 2016 MLB draft. You played mainly in their minors during your time in the organization. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was a fun experience. I think I learned a lot, especially about myself. I struggled. I kind of had to recreate myself as a pitcher
Oh,
to try to, honestly, to keep myself in the game. And I had some great pitching coaches along the way and some great help, and they kind of helped me recreate myself and get me to where I guess I needed to be.
and that it did. And you were traded to the Seattle Mariners in 2018. You made your big league debut in May of 2019. Could you believe the dream that you'd had since you were a kid came to fruition?
No, I mean I couldn't believe it, and I mean even now, it's still crazy to think about, that I get this opportunity. So I just try to make the most of it every day that I have it.
Did you ever have a plan B, like if I don't make it as a pro baseball player, I want to do this?
Um, I try not to think about that. I always wanted to be a baseball player, and I was like, I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to do it. But I've always thought about maybe being a fishing guide or something like that. I do a lot of fishing at home, so that was, a fallback if I really needed it.
Okay, so home is Florida. You said you do a lot of fishing there. What do you catch, and how often do you fish in your off season?
Some say I fish too much. I say I don't fish enough. Um, Catch a lot of redfish and snook and tarpon. I love doing that. My brother and I go out all the time, and we're always having competitions and who can catch more fish, who can catch the bigger fish, and it makes it fun.
All right, so what catch are you most proud of? I guess if that's the right way to word it.
Oh man, I don't. There's so many just fun, crazy stories. It's so hard to pick like just one moment.
What's your favorite to catch? What's your favorite fish to catch?
I love catching redfish.
Okay.
I a lot of time you're seeing them in the water. You're casting to them, and you have to. There's a lot of things that have to go right. And when you see them eat your bait, or you see them eat your lure, it's a different adrenaline rush, I guess. And they fight hard too, and they're pretty cool looking fish. I mean, they got it all.
Okay, well now you're in Detroit where we don't really have salt water. We have fresh water. So have you fished on the lakes at all?
I haven't had the opportunity yet. I looked around a little bit.
Uh,
A lot of it looks like you need a boat, but someone wants to take me fishing. I'm always down to go.
Here's this plea. Anyone have a boat that wants to take David fishing? Hit him up.
Yeah, I'm available.
Love it. All right, now back to baseball. You made a trade over to Detroit and you made your Tigers debut against the Mariners. How much of a coincidence was that?
Yeah, it definitely. It's funny how things work out. I think it was funny and it was weird, but I think
Mhm.
it was just one of those things that worked out the way it did. But yeah, I think it was good. Seeing some of the guys I got to play with, and it was a cool experience.
Did that work to your advantage at all when you were pitching?
Yeah, I think a little bit, because I saw them in spring training. I played with them a little bit during the season, so I had a good idea of how to pitch some of the guys. I really honestly hadn't faced them, but just from watching and stuff, you kind of pick up on how to face different guys.
What are you looking to accomplish this season with the Tigers, and what do you think you bring to the team?
I mean, I just want to go out there and compete. Every time I take the mound and try to give us the best chance to win, keep us in the ball game. That's the biggest thing for me.
Right. Now we know last season wasn't what anyone wanted, but looking forward to the shortened season now with the 60 games, do you think it's anyone's game? Like anyone has a chance to make it to the playoffs?
Definitely. I mean, if you got a team that gets hot, and especially us, we got a good group of young guys who can bounce back quick. And we're all ready to play. We're anxious, and I think we got a good group to do it.
And how weird will it be playing in the ballpark without any fans?
It's definitely going to be weird. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to have some kind of noise or, you know, you see they're
Fan.
putting pictures of people in the stands. Yeah, some pop ups. I'm not sure, but in the big stadium, it's definitely going to be a little weird at first, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. I know it. I'm sure it'll be hard to hit a home run or to strike a guy out and there's no cheering. But do you have a message for Tigers fans that you'd like to leave them with?
Oh,
Putting you on
um, yeah, I know. I mean, I guess even though you can't come to the ball game, continue to support us. We appreciate it and everything you guys do for us.
Well, David, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you out on the mound this season. Best of luck to you. And thank you so much for joining me on Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer.